Welcome, everybody. I'm going almost since a week. I'm going live almost daily to help people and to support in these transformational times. To help support, but also give like specific um, solutions and things that can help you. So you can also check I post them always after on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is MissHellbreaker, so you can always check them back. And I have different talks about different subjects. And today the subject is transformational tools, psychedelics. Psychedelics. I took a long time before being open enough and understanding about it and doing it. And I went to several psychedelic festivals. I had talks about psychedelics. I talked with experts about it. But I never did it. Like I was always like, I'm okay, quite okay with everything what I do already. Do yoga, meditation, and feel good. And on one talk, I asked, like, yeah, but I already do yoga and meditation. I feel like, but why should psychedelics help me? And then the person said, yeah, but it's like a highway. So yoga meditation will get you there, like slowly, and psychedelics will get you like, there where you want to be, like immediately. You bring that in, and then I didn't do it yet, but only much, like years after I was doing a lot of yoga meditation. I was at a festival and I had my first psychedelic experience. And by now, so far, now I did a lot of times LSD and acids, mushrooms, truffles, San Pedro. I also did combinations, I did like there's like MDMA and um, ecstasy, but this is not so much my thing, the MDMA and ecstasy. Um, and mushrooms. I think mushrooms I like the most. And I also did ayahuasca. It's like acid LSD times hundreds. And I was really happy that I did it already once before doing the ayahuasca. I heard a lot about ayahuasca and I really had like a really profound experience on that as well. And I'm going to share some of that as well here. And that was like in one night, I was doing like 10 years of psychotherapy in one night. The healing was so profound. I was so a shift in my perspectives and my life. It's just the greatest transformation ever. But it also taught me how to get there in natural everyday life. Like it gave me the roadmap. Like if you want to become this kind, like this energy, this frequency, you need to do this and this and this. So I felt also, it said already, like you don't need more of these ceremonies. You need like life teach you to get there. um, and I had like different ceremony. If you need a really like a 0 point coming connecting with yourself again and with the energy that you really truly are, you become connected with your higher self. You get insight information from those realms. It's the best if you have an intention. You put in an intention, something what you want to heal or something what you want to let go of, and then that state of being, you can really do that. And that's why it's so transformational. It's like truly transformational because you're more connected with your soul, and then it gives you answers. The answers that you not always get everyday life, because in everyday life you have to be very still, like meditative and relaxed to hear those whispers of the soul and to understand this. And but when you do like a plant medicine journey, they really come like they come like it's like you have that connection with inner wisdom that you before maybe not had, or beings talking to you, like giving you guidance. But it's also it can be really also not easy for people on the doing the ceremony. It's because you have to face your biggest fears as well. So fears and doubts and things come by as well. And it's really important to you stay in your heart and stay in love and understanding your own demons as well and your own fears. And that's why it makes it also very challenging. So you feel when it calls you in your life and also in what way, because you can just go to the highway and that's ayahuasca, but you can also do like simple start with microdosing, like you can microdose like mushroom for a month. Hello, I had someone came, hi Ricardo, I had also a great talk with him once. And now I'm going live almost every day to give things that can help people transform in this time. And today I'm talking about psychedelics. And I had recently a podcast with Kim Alfamo, and she shares like microdosing mushrooms for people, and they have like really, really amazing benefits, transformations in their lives. And I had a podcast with her 3 podcasts ago, and that was really, really amazing. And she overcome a lot of things in her life, and the mushrooms helped her. And you can hit the link underneath my podcast. You can also order them with her, and she's amazing. Hello, Jeanette, welcome. Everybody, welcome. Everybody's welcome here. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook live, and I put it later. It's already done on my YouTube, and later I put it on Rumble as well, because some of my content gets not seen by everybody, if you know what I mean. So I will keep sharing it and keep sharing it everywhere. So I was really happy when my first psychedelic experience already did some yoga meditation. So I could center myself, ground myself in this reality, and I understood also what it did. So the first time I did LSD, I was like, I transformed into my higher self. I was Mother Earth, coming back to Earth, giving lots of light to the Earth, and I felt that like that was real, and I saw everything from a higher perspective. I was my higher self. I saw everything in my life, why it needed to happen, the good things and the bad things, like all the puzzle pieces came together, and I was like so grateful for this experience. I was so grateful for this life. I'm so grateful for this experience. I was like, I understood everything from a higher perspective, and everything was so amazing and divine. And once your consciousness is altered by something, it will never go back to where it was before. It's like a really transformational experience. So I really saw my higher purpose in this life. I connected with that, and later on, when I did ayahuasca, I felt like it was 100 times the LSD. I was happy that I did it already before, because I could keep myself grounded even when there were like fears coming up. There were like really deep fears coming up, like, but not even from this life. It's from past lives, like past lives where I was probably sacrificed or raped, killed, or something, because like those rememberings came up, even though that was not my reality. But I know that was like remembrance from past lives. So quite some fears came up. But in those states, you have to see your fear and face your fear. And then in your normal state, you don't have those fears anymore. But those are the lingering fears beneath. You don't even know that you have these fears. You just think, oh, I'm a bit. You just think, oh yeah, you bit of fearful doubt of a little thing that's happening in your reality. No, there's a much more deeper behind that. Hey, and Ricardo did the ayahuasca ceremony a couple of days ago. Very powerful. Oh wow. Good for you. Yes, it's such a powerful experience. Was it the first time you did it, or like you did it already more often? good for you. And it's very powerful. You need to be strong in knowing your center and your balance and understanding your fears and understanding your traumas as well. I had lots of trauma connecting with my parents, that I also saw their trauma and could understand their trauma more. So I had also more understanding for them coming back, because I have like, oh yeah, I have like expectations of how they should be, but then they are different, and then and that caused me trauma. But know that they come from a much even more dense place, and so then you can understand where they come from, and everybody does their best on their level of like wherever they are in consciousness. But it's always like the children are like in a different consciousness state, and then we learn from each other. That's why you're also your biggest teachers, but also the person that trigger you the most, because they let you see how you want to be, but also how you not want to be, and how you can transform your life and transform yourself. So because psychedelics can be a huge tool. Oh yeah, that's indeed quite. Ricardo had this ceremony the 7th, so that's really interesting. And Jeanette says, I did it 10 years ago, a weekend, 3 days by family, mother, daughter, and son. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Um, that's cool. 10 years ago, whole weekend. That's cool. And I had, I did it, and I was like, everybody should do it. Everybody should do it. But I also understand, like, everybody, if you're being called, then it will come into your reality. Because the moment I was calling it in, I wanted to go to Ecuador or another place in South America where I wanted to do it. And then suddenly, when I was somewhere in Argentina, it came to me like two different ceremonies. Like suddenly there was like a weekend after, there were two ceremonies. And I was like, yeah, now this is my time. And I had talk with the shaman who was doing it, and I felt so resonating with him. I did it, and it was like a beautiful valley with a ranch with a lot of beautiful horses where they do coaching with. And we were like only 5 people, and only with one other person I drank 2 times. But we also got like to expel everything already out of our stomachs. We got like we drank uh, tobacco and water, like a 2 liter beforehand. So I already had to puke beforehand, and I felt like clean and clear already before. And it was really amazing experience. I had that in Argentina, and it's almost like the ayahuasca came to me, so I needed to have that experience. And in the morning when I woke up, I had so many. I had that night so many downloads, so much information. I was like writing in my notes because I didn't want to. Um, I didn't want to lose the insights I had then at that moment. So I was like writing, and it was so much and so beautiful. And I was like 3 months high after that. I was 3 months completely high. Like people were like, "What is happening with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm still on that space, but only like with like little things, chips, like." It went like down, but it made me realize how much certain things put my frequency down because of the ayahuasca. Since the ayahuasca, I didn't want to drink anymore. I didn't want to eat bread anymore. There were sudden things that I felt like this shifts my frequency, and I don't want that. Like suddenly I felt like when I was drinking alcohol, I felt like less energy and headaches. I'm like, I don't want to feel like this. Thank you for liking and being here, everybody. Thank you for being here. Jeanette went to Brazil and Paraguay for a long time. Oh wow, that's cool. I was also in Brazil, and in Brazil I had the first time I had LSD or a festival. So I shared about that as well. Um, and yeah, that was really interesting. So I had my first psychedelic experience in Brazil, real psychedelic experience in Brazil, and I had my first ayahuasca in Argentina. And um, so, and also you can really use psychedelics as a transformational tool. And you can have an intention of things you want to let go of, something like you want to let go, but also what you want to heal, what kind of insights you want. You can write down questions beforehand. Someone asked, what is the single worst day for your life? I had one of my best friends um, died, and I had so much sadness, and I took mushrooms to deal with that, and that was what I wanted, like really transformational as well, to really deal with grief and sadness, to not have it lingering all the time, but really go in it like really deeply and really feel it. And it was like, yeah, it was different after that, because otherwise it keeps lingering. Like I was like almost like crying every day and every day. And then after the mushroom, it was a bit lighter for me. So you can really use it specifically. Yes, yes. Ricardo says also you need to do the work after the ceremony. And that is what a lot of people don't always do. They go again, purge, and then just go to everyday normal reality. And then they go again to purge and have that reminder again. No, you have these reminders, and then you have these answers coming to you to integrate those in your everyday normal reality. So, and this is also to see your reality different, to see it with more sacredness. That everything is sacred. We are, life is one big ceremony. You can treat it like that. You can be more meditative in every moment. You can be more grateful in every moment. You can be more conscious in every moment. You can be more still and listening to the whispers of your soul, what you need to change in your life. A lot of times we know what we need to change, but we're not always listening. I had a burnout, like every time, like a slap to my head, like a headaches and headaches and headache. And then I had a burnout, and I was like, oh, now I need to change something. These tools are to be ahead of time. Like, what your soul really is, your purpose? What are you here on this life? You can ask these, like, what should I do? What are my next steps? Like, you can really have like a goal or an intention and go into it and see what answers it gives. And it can be so healing. I felt like I did like 10 years of psychotherapy in one night. It was really, really transforming. It transformed my complete life, the ayahuasca. And now I feel like every time I want to do something, that I get there very quickly already if I want to have some insights or information. But my goal is to just be natural high. And I'm most of the time I'm like that. I'm like this when I'm how I'm here now. My goal is like to be natural high and let people know how you can be natural high, but also know there's always a highway as well possible there. And if I need to help people, guide people through it, let me know. My friend um, um, does those microdoses as well. So you can see her on the podcast. You can order them through her, and she can guide you through it. But I can also guide you through it if you want. If you want some help in that. I was quite fearful beforehand, but it's also society puts that fear on you because they don't want you to realize the things that you realize when you take them, because you have a total different perspective of reality, and you have like connection with your higher self, like what is real with your intuition. You get answers, you have that connection with source, and they don't want you to have that because they want you to be plugged into their system. So they want you to be plugged in there. But once you take this, you are plugged out. You're plugged out. You have like a different reality. You like, you know, there's more to it than just a 3D physical reality, and it really opens you up. Of course, yoga, breathwork, meditation, it also opens up those channels. But this is like the highway to open up the channels. And I also had a Kundalini experience just after the ayahuasca when I did yoga, when I did the yoga and meditation for the third eye, and not long after my ayahuasca, because those channels were still open. And that was really profound. I was like, right, like I had like a meditative moment, and I wrote down like 25. I said to someone, give me a pen and paper, and I wrote down 25 pages of downloads that I got. And that was really, really profound. And also after that, um, like life was more magical. And I opened up like channels. I could suddenly sing. I suddenly had like I was like in a drum circle and I could just find the rhythm. Like I could never do that. Like something opened up with my ayahuasca. Something I was just drumming with everybody and changing my rhythms when something else changes the rhythms. And it was like I never could have that ability and like have like that rhythm. Like I could dance, yes, but making music, I never had that. Like now I have like shaking eggs and I have like a drum and I have like a harmonic. Like I have all sorts of music instruments and love making music. And and that really opened, that also those channels opened up. But you can really have an intention, whatever you want to work on, whatever you want to achieve in your life, whatever you want to find, it can really help that. And but you can have all sorts of different ceremonies that can also help you. But this is like one of the biggest things that you can do. I will share more transformational tools going further, but this is like one that can really help, really benefit a lot. And also the microdose can help as well a lot. So if you're fearful for like big doses, you can do also smaller doses. And I come from Holland, where you can just go to a grow shop and get truffles. I think I had the golden teachers, and yeah, you can just for not much money in Holland, you can just like I don't know, $20, €20, it's $18 something. You can have a box. You can even use it 2 times, or you can use it the whole thing, or half with one person. So this is like I come from Holland where it's just like legal and you can just take it. So also I come from Holland where everybody smokes legally weed. So like for me that's not a thing. But for a lot of places this is all made illegal in a lot of countries. And because it opens up channels, different channels. But it's just like the weed, it also opens up the channel. But before I never felt weed, like I didn't like weed. Like I could do in Holland, everybody can smoke weed, but I never like everybody was laughing and I was not laughing. I was just doing it because it was a social thing. But now I do it once in a while in a ceremony way, and then I have like inside information coming to me that in normal day reality I don't get. So it's almost the same as like with psychedelics, like that's information coming to me, but not as profound. Yes, for me it's profound, but with psychedelics it's even more profounder. And I'm really grateful that these tools, and I also believe these tools are given to humanity to enhance consciousness and to have these experiences. There's a reason like mushrooms are found all over the world, and shamans were doing ceremonies with it for thousands and thousands of years to alter consciousness and be in different states of being. And a lot of indigenous tribe work with it, and there's a reason for it. And these are sacred tools. And also, whatever you're using, see it as a sacred plant medicine that gives you the tools to find these. Hello, more people joining me on TikTok as well. Know that you're very welcome. And these tools are there to be there for humanity. I also had one time a talk with live talk with a mushroom shaman. That was also a really really cool talk. He went really into the details and also about ceremony and doses and all sorts of things. It was a really cool talk as well. I really want to bring as many tools as possible for anybody for to help in your reality. So I share a lot of things. You can check my podcast. The last podcast, the person talked about psychedelics a bit. That was Mike Sigula from Truth Theory. He talks about his experience with psychedelics. And then I have a podcast with Kim Alfamo. She helps people with microdosing mushrooms. So yeah, if you want to know more, understand more, you can check out these talks as well. And no, you can always reach out to me for information. And yeah, so hopefully this helped you a lot on your journey. And thank you for the people sharing about their journeys. And like, if it comes to you in your life, it will come, and you don't have to be afraid. I felt the most grounded. Have a good evening, listening. Sister, love the vibrations. Yay! Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. You don't have to be afraid. You're very grounded, but it's sometimes also nice to have a guide with you and to have that they like to fall back to, especially when you're having a certain like dance, like if you have anxiety, when you have like depression, when you have like certain things go on. Yeah, it's good because you don't want to fall back into too much fear and too much like looping of your thoughts when you already have a lot of times recurring thoughts. It's good to already do a bit of your inner work, spiritual journey, to be already a bit on your journey, so you have more tools for yourself to deal with it in the moment. But it's also good to find someone that you can really trust and that can really help you. And there's a lot of amazing people out there that are doing ceremonies and the guiding ceremonies, and really amazing people out there. So really feel in yourself if you need it or not. And you can also just build up the doses. You can start with a small dose and see what that does to you, and then you can go higher. So really feel yourself, what you need, where you feel resonating with, which psychedelic you feel most resonating, with which dose you want to start with. And do you want, like, if you just do a small dose, you can just do it by yourself as well. But have always someone at the back also when certain emotions arise, that you can reach out to someone, because sometimes you never know what comes up. But know that everything what comes up is there to transform, to heal you. Sometimes also things need to be seen. So sometimes it is also uncomfortable, but sometimes it's like in your face, a slap in your face, because there's like something in your life that needs to change, and you're procrastinating that, or you're putting that away for another day. So it's a transformational tool, but it also is like a mirror. But the more you are already on your path, the more you want to see these mirrors and are more open to it, and also understand them, but also can deal with it better. So that is also because we're going to a place where it's total transparency, total honesty, total openness. And then you want to see your blind spots. You want to see what you don't know yet, because that is the learning, that is the teaching, and that is the transformation you're going through. Because every time there's more layers of yourself, more layers that needs to be peeled back, and more layers that needs to be seen, are felt, like things in the past that needs to be felt. Like, pooh, I had like last week a healing, and I have things coming up for the other person healing, but also for myself. And I was like healing, I was healing the eyes, and there was sadness of what you see in this world. And there was also sadness, like deep sadness came up for me. But doing the ayahuasca, also a lot of sadness came up. So I know that I have a lot of sadness in me. I'm like this happy, happy, joy person. But it's because I can access both. I can access the really happiness and the joy and the enjoyment of this life, but I can also access the sadness that this life brings, the challenges this life brings, the fear this life brings, the unknown that this life brings. Like, it's not easy, this life, and I also want to see the darkness in this life, and not be like, oh no, this is not happening. Like the darkness in myself and the darkness in this world. And the more you are working on yourself, doing the inner work, the more you can see it and let other people know, like, there is goodness in this world, there's love in this world, there's amazing things in this world, but there's also really dark, evil things in this world. And that is this duality. And we're going into a place where that duality will be different, because all what is dark is coming to light. But by you doing your inner work on making that darkness inside you lighter and transforming that, you shift also this energy into this world. You make this world a bit lighter. You once you have more energy yourself and you're like overflowing, you want to help others, and then you become a being of service, being of service to others as well as also to yourself. Like we are learning and transforming and healing. Like I'm a teacher, but I'm also a student, an ever student of life, and I'm grateful that I keep learning every day new things of this reality, but also new things about myself, and I keep sharing that. So yeah, so I really want to help people go through these transformational times, because we are in huge transformational times. It's not easy. It's not easy for people with challenges. You have challenges in the physical reality, but also challenges energetically, emotionally. There's a spiritual warfare going on, and suddenly some noise comes up, and it's all there, all needs to be there, but it's still interesting. Yay, lots of noise. So it's funny, and it's like some, it's really funny because someone on the TikTok this week shared about, like, yeah, the moment you want to put a video on, the noises come by. And I had like, was always meditating where there was like a train coming by, and I was always like annoyed by it. And then the woman says, accept all noises. Like, no, it's not noise, accept all sounds, she said. And it was like acceptance of what is in that moment. And ceremonies, you need to accept what's coming up in the moment. You need to accept what the plant has to say to you. You can't like say like, oh, I don't want to see this. No, you need to see what's in front of you. And the more aware you get in those moments, the more that awareness you bring into your everyday reality. Not only to see like what brings me a higher frequency, better, feeling better, but also what do I need to let go for habits, food, drinks, habits in our reality that I do that lowers my vibration, to let those go as well. So becoming more aware of everything and the choices you make and the focus and the intention. Intention is everything. So my intention is always to help people, and hope you liked my talk today. And you can always look back at it. I will put it also on my YouTube and on my Rumble, and I will keep making these talks, and whatever I feel like, what kind of themes I will share. I also have a podcast where I talk with people, and these are also really amazing talks. I also do energy healings and courses. Energy healings with the Ankh, but also energy healings with this device, the Healy. I do give energy healing courses, so you can become a healer as well. And I also give yoga and meditation. I have a yoga group with lots of yoga sets and meditations in that group as well. It's a Facebook group. And then I also my talks, my podcasts, and my videos. And I'm also now writing books. I have one ebook. It's called Hacking the Matrix. It's on my website, MissHellbreaker.com, Hacking the Matrix. And a new one is coming, Heal Yourself and Others. That book is also coming, that ebook. And my real book that's being published on Amazon really soon. I'm very excited about it. It's called Whispers of the New Earth. And that's coming out soon as well. So I'm very excited about that. I will share about it as soon as it will come. And yes, very. And know that everything is changing, everything is shifting, everything is happening anyway. But with having the intention of really working on yourself, having that focus, and really taking maybe some psychedelics, can shift a lot of things for you already in this moment. So we're going to a totally different reality, and I'm feel that I'm a transformational teacher and coach. And not only I feel like I'm helping people through this transformation, like having faith and having faith and like really like have this faith and help you see the world a bit different and with hope, and also make the best of every moment you have, like that reminder to make the best of this every moment, to enjoy this reality. And that's one of the biggest things I want to share with everybody. And wishing you all the best and to enjoy this reality. And if you need any help to enjoy more, check my YouTube with all the tools that I share, and bring back the power that you have to change your life, to change your reality, because it's all up to you. And and one time I also share different ways of making money online. So on my website, MissHellbreaker.com, there's different ways as well that can help you and a lot of other people as well. This like with tools as well. So I'm here to help people on all different levels, and whatever level you need help with, I'm here. And if there's something else, you can always reach out. You can book me for coaching, for healings, for business coaching. Even I help people making their websites and all sorts of things. So thank you for listening, and wishing you all the best and lots of love from me. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Bye.